How you doing? Professor Hiccup here. Today's class is going to be uh, Bon Jovi, and we're going to do the song "Wanted, Dead or Alive." Now, for attending class today, just for attending class, I'll give you a B. If by chance you subscribe or you've already subscribed, I'll give you an A. If by chance you subscribe and you leave a comment, I'll give you an A plus. You get enough of these, you'll pass the course no problem. Music 101. All right, so I said, today's "Wanted, Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi. This song came out, in 1986, I think. It was the Slippery When Wet album. Now, this album, probably like every song on there was like a hit. It was just a great album for the time. This particular song was written, by Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. And, let's get into this a little bit and, see where it goes from here. All right. Wanted Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi official music video. I haven't seen this video in forever.
It's all the same. Only the names will change every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a guy.
All right. Obviously, this song is recorded live. Well, the footage is live. It was done in a lot of cities. Um, I know one of the shows I saw in Rochester, that's included in here. One of the shows I saw in New York City, I think, is in here. And the one in Utica, New York, I think, is in here. I've seen them all across New York State, down in Pennsylvania, even up in Maine. Um, but anyhow, like I said, they use a lot of footage from a lot of different places. Basically, this song is about being in a rock band and traveling, going show to show. Let's get back into it, go back a little bit.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not for days. The people I meet always go their separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day.
Yeah, this song is, or this video is definitely from the '80s. I remember that look quite well with the hair and the jean jackets and whatnot. Definitely was interesting time for music and for clothing. Where was I going? Oh, uh, so basically, this song is, like I said, about being in a band traveling city to city, and they're showing that in the footage. It's in the lyrics too. Uh, John Bon Jovi himself is a big fan of country western stuff. That's why later on in life he did a lot of country music. He was in the movie Young Guns. Um, because he was excited to get the part as in a western. He just absolutely loves westerns, so that's why a lot of these references in this song are western related. You know, "Wanted Dead or Alive" would be on a wanted poster. The band themselves, when they would travel, they'd be posters up, and people wanted the tickets one way or another. And they're kind of a play on words, you know, from the old western times to the current times. Let's go back a second here.
Sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink.
I'll let you drink.
Times when you're alone, all you do is think. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted.
I know the guitar solo is the best part, and I'll actually go back so we can hear this, but seeing these pictures give me a memory. We saw the show one time in a very large Coliseum place. I think it was in Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. And we back then I had the long hair and the clothes and whatnot. So me and my friend Phil are walking around before between the bands. I can't remember who warmed up, and these girls approached us and they're like, "You guys look familiar." And Phil was the shy type, and I kind of like, what do you mean we look familiar? I was like, "We've seen you before." So my friend Phil, who I was with, he's a very young, good-looking Italian guy at the time, and he actually looked a little bit like John Bon Jovi. So I looked at right at the girl, said, "Don't you know who this is?" And they're like, "Who?" I said, "This is John Bon Jovi's little brother." They're like, "He is not." I said, "He is." And they're like, "What's his name?" I said, "It's Obi-Wan Bon Jovi." And they're like, "Oh my God, I've heard of you." And they asked for his autograph, so he signed Obi-Wan Bon Jovi on their record, and Slippery When Wet. So somewhere in the world is a Slippery When Wet album by Bon Jovi signed by Obi-Wan Bon Jovi. Go back to the guitar solo here.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride on water, dead or alive.
Go back for a second here. Actually, I just remembered the show that we saw, Cinderella, or yeah, it wasn't Cinderella. It was Skid Row opened up for them at the Carrier Dome. Um, I'm sorry, I stopped and I forgot what I was going to say. Um, oh, there's there's some debate online as to what some of these lyrics mean. John Bon Jovi's, like I say, is talking about being in a band and traveling around and just seeing tons of people. And the line where he says, you can tell what day it is by the bottle you keep. What they did was they drank a lot. And, I saw these guys many times, and when they show them walking off stage just soaking in sweat and exhausted, these guys really would put out their all every single show. And, sometimes I saw them 2 days in a row. Other times I saw them, 3 times in a week, and they exhausted themselves every single time. They put on a hell of a show back then. But going back to what the lyrics are saying, where he says, I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. Some people say it's the motorcycles because they drove motorcycles in their spare time, or other people say it's the bus that they're on going back and forth from city to city. To me, either one works, although I do know that it was the motorcycles he was talking about. So sorry about that. And let's get back into this.
On a steel horse I ride on water, dead or alive. And I walk these streets, a loaded six string on my back. I play for keeps, 'cause I might not make it back. I've been everywhere, still I'm standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I've rocked them all, 'cause I'm a cowboy.
Now, actually, it was the movie Young Guns 2 that Bon Jovi was in. John Bon Jovi. It was actually just a short part. He played like like an escaped inmate. He ended up getting shot. Uh, but that was his first acting gig as far as movies, and after that, he's become quite an established actor. As a matter of fact, I think Tom Cruise was in Young Guns 2 also. Small part, got shot probably. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, Bon Jovi, definitely had a John Bon Jovi. I keep saying Bon Jovi. I'm sorry. John Bon Jovi definitely had a thing for Western theme stuff. He actually wrote the song Blaze of Glory" for the movie Young Guns 2. Also, they wanted him to use. They asked if they could use "Wanted Dead or Alive," but he didn't think it was appropriate since this wasn't about a cowboy. This is about a rock singer. All right. Uh,
On a steel horse I ride, on wanted, dead or alive.
Okay, that was Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive. Now, when they were showing the scenes, there was a scene where they showed a glass doors to an auditorium and a bunch of people lined up in front of them. I think that was actually in Rochester, one of the shows I was at. Back then, you actually had to go stand in line to get tickets, and you had to stand in line once the show started because half the shows would be general admission, where everyone would just rush in and try and get a good standing position. Um, other shows, depending on the place, would be seated. So in that case, you didn't have to run in and find a spot. But thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I did, because like I said, I haven't seen that in forever. And at the moment, that's a wrap.